Welcome to this review, which basically says it's still good with some tiny concerns for the future. I love this series so much. I read the review for the previous books in the series. I'll link it in the description, but I know some of you are still not reading this, and you really are missing something special here, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. Now, you cannot start the series with this book. You need to have read the previous novellas first. There are 4 novellas. They're each around 30,000 words, and they're totally worth reading. It's not so much for plot continuity, but mostly so that you can get to know the characters and their relationships. One of my favorite characters makes a comeback in this. If you read the previous books, I am happy to say Art is back in this book. I love Murderbot's friendship with Art. If you don't know anything about this series, it's called Murderbot Diaries. And it's about a sentient, socially awkward robot who prefers to watch its favorite shows rather than interact with people and calls itself Murderbot. Murderbot is a security unit, or sec unit for short, as they call in this world. It's basically a robot with some human parts. Normally they're controlled by a government module, so they do whatever humans tell them to do. But Murderbot hacked its government module, so it's independent now. It doesn't want to be human or anything. It's nothing like that. It's perfectly aware of human weaknesses. This whole series is carried by Murderbot's character. It's one of the most relatable characters I've ever read. Another thing I really like about this series is Murderbot's relationships with other bots. So you actually find out all bots have different levels of sentience. A lot of characters from the early books are back, but most of them are in somewhat minor roles. As much as I love this series, I have to say the plot is the weak point of this. It's not bad or anything, but it's just not on par with the fantastic character writing. It's basically the same formulaic plot in every book in the series. Murderbot joins a team, they go on a mission, they get attacked, Murderbot investigates the attackers, and there's some minor mystery, then Murderbot saves them. It's the exact same plot in this one too, it's just stretched out a bit. And there's a smaller adventure in the beginning, which brings this book to around 85,000 words. I couldn't even detail you what happened in this one's plot because it's just so forgettable. There isn't any significant addition to the world building either. Another weak point of this series is the antagonist. They are usually a random group of bandits. Murderbot calls them targets in this one. Or sometimes they're an evil corporation, which obviously does not have a personality. There's opportunity for an antagonist. For example, we never see anyone who treats sec units as disposable. They're always super nice, or at least giving the benefit of the doubt, so Murderbot never really feels expendable. When that's the biggest thing, right? People are supposed to be so used to the idea that sec units are just robots, we're told all the time, but we never really see it. There are some glimpses of it, but not quite. It seems like there will be more Murderbot books, so that's exciting. I discovered this series this year, and it's become one of my favorite series despite the shortcomings. It has really well-balanced humor. But I am concerned a bit because of the lack of an overarching storyline and the compelling antagonist. I'm not sure I can keep reading the same plot over and over and enjoy it the same way. I was hoping this book would establish some sort of a continuous plot, but that didn't happen. So I'm hoping there will be some sort of something new in the next book. However, due to the episodic nature of the series, I think it would make a fantastic TV series. I'm wondering if this has been optioned yet. But like, guys, what are you waiting for? A lot of these books is Murderbot finding its crew, so once it finds its crew, they can go on episodic adventures like in the books. And I think it can work great as a TV show. There's infinite number of possibilities for episodes. They just to make this happen instead of recycling 1,000 iterations of Star Trek. So yeah, it turns out I don't really have much else to say. Strangely enough, when I like a book, I have less to say about it. Does that happen to you too? No? Just me? Yeah, well, less time spending watching reviews, more time spending reading Murderbot. I want to know your thoughts on this series in the comments. I know this is a popular series, but also I can hardly find anyone reading this. So if this video helped you make up your mind, leave a like to let me know, and don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews from me. With everything going on in the world right now, I'm having difficulty making as many videos as I used to. But hopefully, things will get better. See you in the next one.